An insider just dropped a massive Dodgers trade report talking about one of the Dodgers' latest targets that could fill a multitude of holes in the Dodgers outfield, infield, and all over the place. We talk about the latest report right here on Dodgers Digest. Welcome, everybody. I'm Jace Andrews. I appreciate you hanging out with us and tuning in to today's show. Before we get going, really do appreciate all the latest support on our videos and just want to say thank you for watching these videos, continue to watch these videos, and allowing me to make this my job. I just want to say a quick thank you. But let's talk about what's going on in the world of the Los Angeles Dodgers. The winter is officially upon us, or has already happened. Obviously, in LA, it really doesn't matter, but it's December 1st, and with that, the winter meetings in the MLB are forthcoming. And with that, there is going to be more talks of trades, more rumors, more targets mentioned, and for a lot of different reasons, it's going to be the start of the MLB offseason to get going. I mean, right now, there has not been much really happening. A couple of free agents have signed. There's been a few minor trades. I think the best trade, maybe it's Sonny Gray, I guess. But besides that, there just really hasn't been much going on. But with the winter meetings, all the GMs are going to be in the same place. And a target for the Los Angeles Dodgers could be revealed maybe in tenfold. Now here we see from Bleacher Report, they released a recent article talking about 6 fresh trade ideas for Cole Ragans, Ketel Marte, and more at the 2025 winter MLB meetings. This obviously involves the Los Angeles Dodgers, hence why we're making a video here today. Now, what exactly does this trade involve? Well, it involves a utility guy out of St. Louis, and the Cardinals, who have already made one trade this offseason, sending Sonny Gray to the Boston Red Sox, may be looking to do the same with their utility guy, Brendan Donovan. Now, this is not the first time we have talked about Donovan to the Dodgers, because as a utility guy, I think the word can go around saying, well, he's not going to be somebody that you need, but he is a premier utility guy. And in a lot of ways, he played a majority of his games at second base this past year, and his batting, his ability, it all aligns with what the Dodgers need. As we take a look at his stats from this past season, the 28-year-old had a .353 on-base percentage with 42 walks, 468 at-bats, and only struck out 67 times, which is definitely something the Dodgers do like. 132 hits in that time as well. Only had 50 RBI and 10 homers, but that was also attributed to him batting near the top of the Cardinals order. And for the Dodgers, who are looking for an outfielder in some aspects, are looking to kind of really secure their middle infield with the injury to Tommy Edman, I think Donovan is a perfect case to kind of fix both with one stone. Now, how exactly do I mean that? Well, I think you have to first look at the history of Brendan Donovan and the positions that he is able to play. As you can see here from MLB.com, Brendan Donovan became the only player in the modern era since 1900 to start at 4 different infield positions in the first 4 starts of his career. He played every infield position and both corner outfield slots, appearing defensively at second base for 264 innings, third base for 109 innings, right field for 143 innings, and left field for 144 innings. Brendan Donovan, that back in 2022, has continued to play at that same pace and played at both right field, left field, at second base, been able to play at third base at times, obviously when Nolan Arenado needs a break now with St. Louis, but this is a guy that I trust. This is a guy that could come in and be, I'm not going to say a saving grace, but somebody you can rely on. And when you talk about utility guy, a lot of times you think about, well, why exactly are we getting a utility guy? Their average can't be that good, but he is a very good player. 287 in 2025 with the batting average 278 in 2024. He had a 284 average back in 2023 and 281 playing at 126 games in his first season in the majors. His OPS is less than to be desired, but on-base percentage and average speak for a lot, not to mention his wins above replacement stat are always going to be pretty good, especially with that utility mindset. Now, I've made you wait long enough. What exactly does the trade details entail? Well, here it is. To the Los Angeles Dodgers, they would acquire infielder/outfielder Brendan Donovan. To St. Louis would be shortstop Emil Morales, right-handed pitcher River Ryan, and outfielder Kendall George. Now, you probably recognize a couple of these names on the list, but to kind of deep dive a little bit more into what the Dodgers are giving up, it's 3 prospects, and here are their exact rankings. Emil Morales is the Dodgers' number 7 ranked prospect. River Ryan, who without Tommy John might have been in a very good place this year, was the number 9 prospect most recently in the latest prospect rankings. And then Kendall George, an outfielder, he's the 24th ranked prospect for the Los Angeles Dodgers. That's exactly what they are giving up. And again, it's for a utility guy, right? Which is something the Dodgers have a lot of familiarity with. 2 of these guys here on the picture would probably spark an interest in you, with Chris Taylor and Kike Hernandez, who for the past, I want to say, it's not decade, but it feels like a decade, they've been the mainstay, quote-unquote, utility guys. And for Brendan Donovan, at his age, at his career level, he could be that next guy in the line of very, very, very successful utility men that have come through the Dodgers system, come from other organizations to the Dodgers and performed well. It just does seem like a very good fit for a multitude of different reasons. Now, with all this to be said, I do want to go back to this trade and ask the question of, do you want to make it? And so, again, here is there it is. There's the official trade where the Los Angeles Dodgers acquire Brendan Donovan. In exchange, we give up Emil Morales, River Ryan, and Kendall George, 3 top 25 prospects. So, let me know, would you accept this trade? If you would, type T for trade. If you would not, then I want you to type P for pass. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. T for trade or P for pass. Personally, I'm a T for trade. The one that I struggle giving up is River Ryan, just because I know what he's capable of. Obviously, Tommy John can really change the trajectory of some players, but I do like a lot of what he brings to the table. However, in a lot of these trades that we've talked about and gone with, he is somebody who has been mentioned. And I think for a guy who has control through 2027, as Joel Reuter says of Bleacher Report, and a reasonable $5.4 million projected salary for his 2026 year, the Cardinals will need to be motivated to move him, and his versatility means a long list of potential suitors. Hence why the Dodgers are going to be one of the first calls, because guess what? The Dodgers are a premier organization in the MLB, and for that matter, in their prospects, and they're going to be able to give a very good package. Emil Morales, though, a name that you should not forget, one of the top 10 prospects for this Los Angeles Dodgers squad. He hit .314 with his batting average, .396 on base, and a .515 slug with 24 doubles, 14 homers, and 70 RBI in 89 games between rookie ball and single A in his stateside debut. And it could be a consensus top 50 prospect in baseball by the summer. There is a risk, obviously, with Morales, for the Cardinals' sake, that he is just in single A. And yes, those stats are tantalizing and very, very good, something that a lot of organizations would be very happy to acquire. He is just in single A. But that's why you add the addition of River Ryan. That's why you add the addition of Kendall George, because it's not just one guy. It's a plethora of prospects that could all turn out to be a very good piece and a very good bargaining chip for the Los Angeles Dodgers. The question is, how much do they want Brendan Donovan? Do they want Brendan Donovan at a legitimate level? / the biggest question of all, if they do acquire him, is that the solve for the outfield? Is that the way they solve their infield questions with Tommy Edman's injury and the potential of him not being fully ready to start the season? I think in a lot of ways, he is a kind of do-it-all fixer, but there is still some things to kind of question and look out for. I like this trade. I think Brendan Donovan, again, reminds me a lot of Kike Hernandez and Chris Taylor when they first arrived in LA. He is just 28 years old. This could be a contract that, obviously control through 2027, but you could continue on getting an extension done. It just makes a lot of sense to me. And for the purposes of the Los Angeles Dodgers, there was reports that came out about a month ago talking about how instead of going for the big fish like Kyle Tucker or Cody Bellinger, the Dodgers might try and find a plug-and-play type guy. Well, guess what? This is a perfect plug-and-play type guy. The thing is, he's going to cost a little bit with the trade. So we'll have to see. Andrew Friedman is obviously doing a lot to make sure this team is ready for their three-peat chance, and I expect some moves to be made soon, especially with the winter meetings coming up. That's what we got for you here today on Dodgers Digest. We appreciate you sticking around for the entire video, and we'll see you next time here on the show. Peace out, guys.